Okay, so today we're going to talk about when to stream on Twitch in the summer. Well, really, this kind of goes without speaking anytime, but I know a lot of you have either just gotten out of school or you're on summer vacation or summer holiday and you're thinking about streaming on Twitch. Or maybe you've kind of dabbled in it, but you really haven't taken it serious yet and you're kind of feeling the waters out and you're wanting to know, hey, is there really a proper time to stream on Twitch? And when we're talking the summertime, because the fact that you will notice your viewerships and your streamers are going to vary during the summertime as well as during the wintertime, the peak holiday season between Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. So it's kind of the same thing when you get into that June, July, August timeframe as well. So we're going to kind of talk about it. We're going to kind of touch base on it. So here's the thing. When it comes to downright, when it comes to it, like if somebody came to me, they're a brand new streamer and they're saying, hey, you know what, I've seen all these big YouTubers, big Twitch streamers talking on YouTube about what I should do, yada yada yada, to grow my Twitch channel. Yes, that's all fine and dandy, and to follow those rules are going to be beneficial to you. But here's the thing, when it comes down to it, the first rule that I have is, what time do you have? So here's the thing, if you're working, say, a part-time job or even a full-time job, and you're saying, hey, when should I stream on Twitch? The first question I'm going to ask is, when can you stream on Twitch? So here's the thing. You might say, hey, I work from 3 p.m. to, 11 p.m. at night. Okay, so that pretty much takes out any prime time, at least for your time zone on Twitch. That kind of takes that off the table. So here's the thing. You might come to me, and if I don't know your work schedule, I might say, hey, prime time is going to work best for you, or pre-prime time, because here's the thing. Your viewers to streamers ratio is going to be a lot less skewed versus when you go into prime time, you're going to have a lot more streamers with about the same amount of viewers, sometimes even a little bit less. So they're going to be spread out, and you're going to capture less. So think about it like kind of like fishing. You're casting a net out there. And if you kind of put all these little tips that we've given you on this channel throughout the years, you're going to find that some of these tips are going to pay off for you if you add up. So, you know what I'm saying? You take these little small nets and you make them bigger. So when I say, what time do you have? What time do you have to be able to stream, and how long can you stream? So that's the first thing you need to take into consideration. So, because that's going to lead into the second one. And my second rule is going to be, can you be consistent? That's right. So you might have only 2 hours on Monday and Friday, and all the rest of your days are pretty much a wash because you're dealing with family, you're dealing with work, and any other extracurricular activities that you may have. So think about it that way. So it kind of goes back to rule number one. What time do you have? And can you be consistent with the time that you have available? So you need to kind of give yourself leeway as well. So you might be overzealous and go, hey, you know what? I work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. That gives me 2 days off. So on those 2 days off, I can stream 8 hours because I work at my normal job for 8 hours. And here's the thing. It doesn't matter whether you have a sit-down job or you're physically active and you're standing up or dealing with customers constantly. Here's the thing. On those days off, you might need that breather. This is something that I found out way too late when I was really putting in too many hours on Twitch, where I was going in, grinding work hours, grinding the streaming hours, which we definitely tell you don't do that, and at the same time trying to balance family life. It just did not work for me as far as that. And it wasn't fair to the viewers and the followers that I built up at that time. So can you be consistent? So in other words, if you say, okay, I'm going to do 2 hours on my days off, and say your days off are Monday and Friday. So you're obviously then, since you have those hours totally available, you have that 24-hour period. Obviously you need to get sleep before going to work the next day. So, be realistic about it. You might want to do that pre-prime time slot for your region. So say Eastern time zone, -5 GMT, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. start time would be good. Wrap it up around 5 or 6. So, it's play it by ear. So what I mean by that, though, is don't just dabble. So in other words, if you say, I got 2 hours Monday through Friday, and I'm going to stream at 4 p.m., make that your schedule, set that to be your schedule, and then whatever content you're streaming on Twitch, whether it be gaming, cooking, creative arts, that kind of stuff, stick to that. So that way, when you start to build a small following, they know what time you're on and what time you're off and what days you can stream. So keep that in mind. And at the same time, too, don't start throwing your viewers curveballs to where, once every other month you get Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. You get a 4-day weekend, and you start throwing Saturday and Sunday in there. What's going to end up happening is you're going to end up start picking up a lot of followers who normally aren't available to watch Twitch on, say, Fridays and Mondays, and you're picking them up on that Saturday and the Sunday, those odd streams. And then next thing you know it, they're wondering where have you been for the past 2 months, because this only occurs every other month. So, it's really not fair to them unless you make it known and make it clear on your channel and when you're doing those types of live streams. And it goes the same thing if you do like a marathon stream. You decide to do, say, an 8-hour stream, a 12-hour stream, a 24-hour stream. You got to make it clear to a lot of those people that are coming in and they're following you and they're engaging you on your live stream that, hey, this is an anomaly. I normally stream Mondays through Fridays, 2 to, say, 4. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's move on to the next one. Number 3. It's all right to change. That's right. So say, for instance, your real life job or say family obligations change or whatever, or say you get a new job and your days off are no longer Monday and Friday. Now it's just Saturday and Sunday. It's okay to change. Just make it known to your followers or your viewers on Twitch that you have built up and accumulated over being consistent, saying, hey, sorry about this, but life changes. I'm going to have to stream now on Saturday, Sundays. I hope to see you there. If not, you can catch my replays or my highlights over on my YouTube channel. So once again, that's kind of a tip that Dale and I have always thrown out at you. Always reutilize or repurpose your live streams. It takes a little bit extra time, but as you do it, again, you get a lot quicker about it as far as putting highlights together, maybe doing a compilation type video, throwing it over on YouTube. And once again, you could have that YouTube direct back to your live streams on Twitch. So you might pick up a whole new audience on that one. But it is all right to change. And it's all right to change that time. So say you don't change your days off and you are streaming the same Monday through Friday, but you know what? That 2 to 4 just isn't working. That's right. You are drawing flies. You are drawing the big fat goose egg. Now, I'm not saying, oh, I've streamed for 2 weeks there, Walt, and I'm still... No, you have to give it time. And that's the other thing, too, is you also have to look at your content. So here's the thing. If you're playing like one of the more popular games, say you are, streaming Final Fantasy Online, or you're streaming Fortnite, or any of those other really big popular games or whatever on Twitch or whatever that are just oversaturated, and once again, you're trying to stream pre-prime time or on prime time, you really are going to draw flies, or you're going to get 1 or 2 randoms in there that probably are following you because of the fact that they want to either play with you and they're just looking for that quick friend, which is okay. It's okay. I've picked up followers that way before, too, and actually met fellow gamers that way that even, after I was done streaming, I still gamed with these people. So it's pretty cool to do that. But regardless, I'm getting off the topic here. It is all right to change. So say you do the 2 to 4 and you are drawing flies. You've done it a month straight and it just isn't working. So, and you've looked at the content that you're providing. So if you're a gamer streamer, are you playing a game that is oversaturated? Ask yourself that. Or are you playing an obscure game? Is the game so obscure, no one's looking for the game? So you got to kind of find that medium, which is going to bring me to a point. Make sure you tune in next Friday at 4:15 p.m. because I'm going to talk about how you find what to stream if you're a game streamer on Twitch, to find that happy medium, to not find an oversaturated or not find a dead game. We're going to talk about that. But just take this as a note that it is all right to change. You can always have a game change. And here's the thing. If you have developed some sort of, it doesn't matter whether it's 5 followers or 10 followers, let them know, hey, I'm no longer going to be streaming 2 to 4. I'm going to up it to 3 to 5. Or I'm going to back it off down to 1 to 3. I'll play it by there. Or say, hey, I'm going to add an extra hour. That's the other thing, too. Maybe instead of doing the 2 to 4, go that extra hour. See if you can become a waiting room for, say, a somewhat larger streamer than yourself that is happen to be playing that same game. Once again, stay tuned next week where I'm going to give you tips on how to find those games that you're going to want to stream. That brings me to the last point. And that is a good resource tool that you could look for online, and that is SolelyGnome.com. That's right, it is going to show you the peaks and the valleys and all sorts of other little analytical stats on Twitch, as far as like the top streamers, the top games, most streamed games, most watched games, so on and so forth. But what I want you to really focus on, and let's see if I can go ahead and pull up the screen share here. And this is kind of stuff that I look at. This is the, you know, without getting too nerdy about it. Let's go ahead. Let's flip over to here. Okay, so this is SolelyGnome.com. And you scroll down, you got your graph down here, but you got all sorts of good little analytics. So what I'm looking at, this is views per channel. So this is like an average here. And then here's your live channel. So you got your purple. You see the dips and the valleys. You put your cursor over there. So this was June 17th at 9 a.m. Obviously, you know, it's going to be a slower time on Twitch as we get up into the prime time. So let's look here. So we're peaking around 7 p.m. Friday night. There's another little peak there. That's Saturday morning at 2 a.m. So that's probably, we're getting a lot of stuff on the other side where the sun is rising. Far east, I'm assuming. Then once again, Saturday, 8 p.m. Obviously, these times are going to vary depending on what time zone that you're in. But this is what you're wanting to look for. So you're not wanting to necessarily hit these valleys per se. You can always hit the down slopes and catch people that are straggling off of larger streamers that are looking for similar content. Or you can always become a waiting room, which is basically before these larger streamers are going live and they stream in similar content, you have a lot of their viewers coming onto Twitch early to see what's going on and to see who's streaming that similar type of content. Once again, we're going to talk about this next week a lot more in detail when it comes to game content, when it comes to streaming on Twitch. So that's the thing. I hope they're there's a general broad sense. I left it in your lap is basically. I don't want to sit there and be the type of person say, okay, you need to stream at this time, because the fact that what's going to work for you is not going to work for the next person or the person before them. So that goes without saying. When you watch any content creator, any streamer, whether it be former, big streamer, medium size, or small streamer on Twitch, you know, take our tips with a grain of salt. What might have worked for us or somebody else might not work for you. So that's the thing. That kind of goes with my third rule here. It's all right to change. You don't be afraid to change things up. But once again, like I said, any kind of following or audience that you have built along the way, be respectable to them and let them know that you are going to be doing that change. So in other words, that way they don't join your next live stream and they tune in at 2 p.m. and you're not there. Or maybe you're like, hey guys, I'll see you tomorrow type thing. And they're like, what gives? You usually start your stream by now. Or you're streaming a different type of content. That's the other thing too. So, you know, if you're going to change up your type of content, let them know what's going on. And hopefully that. So here's the thing. Summertime and wintertime, at least as far as here in the Northern Hemisphere, wintertime being anywhere between November, December, January, you're going to find that these are kind of peak seasons or whatever when it comes for viewers on Twitch. And I've always kind of tried to capitalize on that as well. Summertime and then wintertime, the holiday. Holidays can be sketchy, you know, kind of worked out with the pandemic and whatnot going on. But, you know, now that that's hopefully out of the way, cross our fingers, everything should go back to normal. But definitely give SolelyGnome.com a link. Like I said, it doesn't cost anything. I don't get paid for pimping it. I think a lot of people actually use this to look at. It's been out there. And we're going to talk about another one next week. So make sure you join me. And that's right, somewhere around here on my face is the next video you're going to want to check out for more tips. All right. Until next week, I'll see you around.